And welcome back. We're talking to the cast members of Thicker Than Water, the Tankards, and now joining us are the two oldest sisters of the family, Brooklyn Tankard and Brittany Tankard. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So as you heard from the first block, I understand it's all your fault that this show came about.
I know.
Or all because of your blessing. So what in the world sparked you to decide, let me get my family's stuff out there?
That's the same thing I asked myself. I'm like, what was I thinking? But no, it's been a great experience. I just feel like my family is hilarious. Honestly, that's my first reason. I just think my family is so funny, and I hope they get to see a lot more of that. But you know, I think that also people can learn from seeing our family, because even though we love God, we still have fun. We're still modern. We don't believe just because you love God you have to be broke. I think people need to know it's okay to strive for more and love God at the same time, and like our family definitely displays that. So I'm glad that, you know, everything happened, you know, it came together.
As the older sister, your role is what in the family? As I know you all have your own individual businesses, you have your goals as far as business. I want to talk about that too. But as the older sisters, how do you think you help guide some of the younger siblings?
I would say that I definitely feel that God created me to be a leader, and I'm very ambitious and very much an outgoing person that's not scared to go and grab my dreams. And you know, that's how I kind of feel about getting the show. Like, let's not wait on it, let's grab it and take it. And I think I really want to be a role model to my younger siblings more than anything, and that's, you know, that's something that really helps me to try to stay in line, because I know they're watching me and I know they're looking at me. You know. Your
other life outside of the show, I know you're working, but you also have a dream of a wig company. Is that correct?
You know what?
Or is the bio wrong on the Bravo website?
The wig thing kind of died down. As you can see, I went all natural. So I'm going to grow my own wig.
I love it.
Okay, but I started a jewelry line. And it's called P.2. The website is www.bu.storeenvy.com, and I have been working my 9-to-5 still, and kind of grasp on, because of the show, just interacting with my family more, the whole entrepreneurial side of things. And so I jumped into that and just still doing my daytime thing as well. I need my benefits, girl.
Absolutely. I hear you. And then you've got your weave line, correct?
Yes, I have my hair line. It's called Queen Brooklyn's Virgin Hair, and so it's top quality hair at great prices. I'm loving doing that. But my book is what I'm really excited about, because that's going to be a ministering tool for me to keep it really real with girls, you know, that they don't have to be ashamed of things that they've been through. Sometimes people can't get their breakthrough because they can't even forgive themselves for the things that they've done. And I think it's good for them to look at me and be like, look where she's at, look what she's doing now, but look what she was doing then. You know, and that's what my book is pretty much about, like my detour to destiny.
That's an interesting concept, because you're not that shy on the show about your background and some of the issues that you had, some of the legal issues that you've had too of late. And I wonder if being under the spotlight, if that hindered you or if that helped you better tell your story and your situation.
You know, well, being on this platform of reality television definitely makes me feel like I have to be even more accountable of my actions, because now I have a large audience that's looking at me, and there are girls that walk up to me in tears because they say, hey, Brooklyn, you're really inspiring me, and I don't want to let those people down. So it holds you, it gives you a higher level of responsibility, and then of course there's my responsibility to myself and to God, but I'm real raw and real transparent, because I know the things that have helped me get further in my life and get past barriers in my life was when people were really transparent about their things that they had dealt with, and that I could really relate, you know.
Can it get overwhelming, though, serving as a role model and wanting to be the right role model? Because some of the headlines are obvious, right?
Yes.
There was a recent, I think, issue about making sure your child got to school every day, right? And I just wonder if that would have been a story had it been anybody else. But because you are Brooklyn Tankard and you've got this focus in the spotlight, does it elevate that attention to you?
Well, you know, for me, that case has been dismissed, by the way. But, you know, it was a wake-up call that, hey, they are really, really having you under the microscope right now. And what would be normal issues, everyday issues for someone else, gets blown up in the media because you are now a celebrity. key. And so, you know, I'm never Hollywood. I'm always down to earth, your girl next door. And so, but for me, it's like, oh wow, I have to be really cautious. I have to be cautious who's around me, who's talking to me, because little things could just turn into big things. Right. And it can be overwhelming. I did the Bronner Brothers show in Atlanta just recently, and I mean, I couldn't even just go to the bathroom and get a bathroom break. I mean, it was hundreds of people wanting pictures and stuff, and it's a blessing, because it's like, God, I see your favor on my life, but too much is given, much is required, for sure. And I mean, I've been really learning that from experience lately.
Brittany, you're in that same boat. Your key learnings from this whole experience, what have they been?
Yeah, it's been just a wonderful experience to be, you know, recognized, you know, to be able to impart into different women's lives. You know, your Facebook blowing up, your Instagram blowing up, with people just wondering, you know, how are you? How can I get connected? You know, how can I serve in your parents' ministry and just different things like that. I mean, it really, really does humble you to have this many people, you know, looking up to you and your family, just thinking, you know, in my brain, I'm just thinking, God, my family's so awesome. I'm glad that other people got to experience it, you know, got to experience, you know, our hearts, because during the show, a lot of shows are scripted. Our show is completely unscripted. You know, what you see is what you get, and we were able to, you know, display our love for one another. And I hope that, you know, during the next season, that it really, really, people can really, really cling on to that. At the beginning of the show, you know, this year, it was, you know, a lot of controversial issues, but I think that America fell in love with us, like, once they started watching it and started seeing our love for each other. So it's been great.
Let's take another quick break, and we'll bring the whole family back. We'll be